Good day. This is James Spencer from the Actor Studio and Spencer Artist Development, Episode 6. This is your health as an actor. Most important thing, in my opinion, this industry is about your looks and your strength and your ability. If you are sick, if you are tired, it's much harder to make it in this industry. You have to be on point 24/7. It's a lifestyle being a good actor. Okay. The best actors, they're very, very disciplined. They get up early, they are not, doing addictions and so forth. So here are some basic thoughts on what you can do to help prepare you to be a good actor in terms of your health. Number one, which should go without saying, stay hydrated. Actors and voiceover artists use their voice all day. Everywhere now, the whole world's polluted. Let's just face it. They say here in LA County, because of all the cargo ships that are out on the harbors and things, that our pollution has stepped up 30-40%. So everybody's getting, can be more prone to sinus infections, allergies, problems. They affect your voice. They affect how you feel. So stay hydrated. One thing I do is I make get a glass pitcher. I fill it up with a high mineral content, spring water, and I put a little bit of lemon. Sometimes I put mint, or some cilantro. Cilantro helps the body pull out toxic, metals like aluminums and things that are in the air and atmosphere. Sometimes I put, like I said, lemon. I make a spa water. I drink easily half a gallon of water a day, if not more. Okay. And it's interesting that since I've been doing that, I honestly have to say I rarely get sick. I am able to teach all day long, 60, 70 students. I don't lose my voice. So that's number one. Number two, I've seen this time and time again. I suggest that you move towards a vegan plant-based diet. Now, not that you have to, but this is why. I have taught for over 30 years. Every student that has come to me with allergies, skin issues, constant sore throats, asthma, problems, diabetes, you name it. Everyone that listened to me and became vegan and got off the dairy improved or got rid of their problems, including myself. I had chronic asthma as a kid. I haven't had asthma. I haven't had a bronchitis in over 20 years. My own parents, my dad was a heavy meat eater, heavy dairy. He was, overweight. He had a quadruple bypass back in the 80s, knee replacement surgeries. He went completely vegan, as did my mom. My parents are with me well into their 90s. My dad is down to 150. His bald hair came back with red hair. It's unbelievable how it can change your life. It makes sense. Avoid man-made chemicals and move towards, like I said, just eating simple plant-based. But that also means avoid man-made vegan. So stay away from all those, Beyond Meats and processed crap. Stay with just natural, vegetables, fruits, dried beans, legumes, seeds, nuts, and get your variety of that in. Avoid, fast food, avoid alcohol, obviously, and soft drinks. Alcohol, let's talk about that. People think, oh, I need a little drink to get into mood. How many times have we heard on the news about all of the, famous actors that were alcoholics, that screwed up their life, that, are in rehab and doing drugs? You don't want to go down that road. There's no need to. Okay, you want to stay healthy. So it doesn't mean you can never have a drink. I'm just saying, if you're the type of person that goes out after work and has 3 cocktails every night, it's not going to help your skin. It's not going to help your weight, your health, your sinuses, all that. Okay, so there's just some things to work on. Next, exercise every single day. Okay. Doesn't mean you have to do a lot. Find what works for you. Every person's body's different. Okay. I do best myself with yoga. I love yoga and I love walks. So that's what I do. I used to love swimming. Of course, a lot of the pools, the spas are closed right now because of COVID. Find what works for you. If you can't go out as much, invest in a recumbent bike, invest in a treadmill. There's all kinds of things you can do, okay? Just A little bit every day, 30 minutes every day can really help your health. Another thing I believe in is organization and a regular routine. Are you the type of person that parties all night and stays out to 2 and 3 in the morning and gets up and has breakfast at 11 o'clock and your whole body rhythms are off? Or do you get up like with the dawn? Are you up at like 6 ready to go? It's amazing that I used to be a night owl when I was younger. I used to be a partier, and all that. And then it caught up with me. So like, I did that all through my 20s. I traveled all over the world, stayed up to 2 and 3 in the morning, drank, did all that kind of lifestyle. And then in my 30s, I got irritable bowel syndrome. I got problems until I changed. And once I changed and like I go to bed at like 10:30, I am up by 6. At 6 in the morning, I get out of bed, I have breakfast, I do yoga, I get my house cleaned, I get so much more done. And it's quiet in the morning, and then, I can work on my acting reels and things I'm doing, and you're so much more effective. So, that's something to consider. Okay, I also believe in a holistic approach to health, meaning if you can start moving towards herbology, like Chinese herbs, acupuncture, cupping, over medicating with tons of pharmaceutical. It has changed my life personally and that of many of my actors. I haven't even taken any Western medicine in over 20 years. During the whole COVID thing where people were panicking, like, oh, I got to get vaccinated. I got to, stay away from people and never go out or whatever. I did none of that. I did, holistic health and things like that. Not even a cold. And even with all the pollution, yes, I've had some allergies. I admit that, but that's it. And I treat it naturally, and I'm teaching over 60 students a week, and I have plenty of energy. And so, the proof is in the pudding, so those are things to maybe look at. I'm not saying if you're on a medication to go off your medication without approval, but like I've known a lot of people with, health issues with pharmaceutical that have weaned themselves off that, going more the natural route. And of course, when you feel better, you're going to do a better job as an actor. Okay. Another thing to consider is if you can move towards self-employment. And this is why, okay? If you're in a job you hate and you're like, oh God, I'm working for minimum wage in a job I hate, I'm working 9 to 5 or maybe even 2 shifts, that affects your stress levels, that affects your emotions, and it affects your ability to have time to put into your acting. So, I understand people need to pay the bills. I've been there myself, okay? But you can start saying, okay, I'm in this job that is not getting me anywhere. How can I start being more creative to maybe find a home-based business or something that's going to work for my personal situation that's going to allow me now all the free time to develop as an actor and to really go on those auditions? If you are working 2 jobs for minimum wage just to barely pay your bills, you're not going to have time to be just taking off from work to go up to LA for casting calls, okay, or wherever you might be living, And this is reality, and a lot of coaches don't talk about this, but this is the business. You have to be thinking of this. I have a student currently who is in an area of Alabama that is very rural, and she's been working in a situation, just minimum wage kind of thing. And I said, let's see if we can get you out of that. She got a home-based business going. It took about 3 months to get it really running. And now she's like, Jim, I'm making the same money I was making before, but in half the time. So now I can actually work more and get ahead, but I also have more time for my acting. Okay, so those are things you might, you consider. If you're retired and you have all the time in the world, go for it. Practice 4, 5, 6 hours a day if you have all the time in the world. Okay, because think how good you're going to get. Okay, so those are some things to understand there. Okay, also you might need to consider, if you're really planning for a career in the arts, you need to be where the industry is. So if you do happen to live somewhere like, I don't know, rural Oklahoma or Kentucky or somewhere, doesn't mean you can't get started. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of community things and things you can do, community colleges and playhouses. But if you really want to be in film in the industry, you need to be in LA, or maybe you need to be in Atlanta, another filming city. You have to get, if you want to be on the stage, you have to be in, New York or on Broadway or whatever, So those are things you might want to consider. If you're just doing it for fun, no problem, But if you're considering a career, start planning, okay, for that. The last thing, which I think is the most important, is you need to have some what I call spiritual understanding, spiritual foundation. Doesn't matter what religion you are, but there are some spiritual laws that are in effect that affect the world, no matter if you are atheist or you're not. Here's common sense. The world responds to your thoughts. Okay? Or in the Bible, Jesus said, "It's done unto you as you believe." So what do you believe? Are you focused on, I'm in gratitude and everything I need's coming to me and the universe always supports me? Are you thinking, oh God, I hope I can pay my bills, and oh my gosh, I have so much credit debt and lack, and you focus on the lack and you just get more bills and more lack, okay? And no matter where you are, I mean, we all have had challenges in lives, but if you focus on the positive and you meditate and you clear your mind, you make room for good things to happen to you. I've seen this time and time again, including my own life. At one time, I was at rock bottom. My partner passed away. I had a lot of debt. I lost my home. I had a lot of things happen to me. But then I said, this is an opportunity to clear and something new and better is going to come in. And within 1 year, I started a new business. I built up. I worked less than half the hours than I did as a university professor, and I was so much more happy. So, think about those things. Like, what are you putting out to the world? And if you stay in a state of gratitude every day, I am thankful for what is coming to me. I'm thankful for this opportunity. I'm thankful for my talents. I'm thankful, you do that every day, that's going to build. And you'd be surprised just how everything starts to fall into place into your life. Okay? So those are my thoughts. Hope they help you. And I know I'm very opinionated. And I know I might piss some people off. But these are what has worked for me and my students. And I hope that you will consider some of these. And I wish all of you the greatest success in becoming actors. You can do this, okay? But it does start with, what is your lifestyle? Is it supportive of becoming a great actor, or is it working against you? Okay? Look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Have a wonderful day.